Hey everyone, Maka here. We're on mission 15 of Hitman Absolution. We're playing on the hard difficulty. This is Skurky's Law. And this mission's pretty short. As you can probably tell by the timeline, it's like 5 minutes. It did take me like 30 or 40 minutes to get this tactic down, but once you get the tactic, you should be able to do it, one or two tries, no problem. We sneaked around the map. It's really hard to explain where I went. Hopefully you saw where I went in the video. Should be quite easy to get here. Once this guy turns his back towards us, we are going to kill him or subdue him, whichever one you like. I'm a fiber wire kind of guy. Steal his disguise. We're going to drag his body and put it into the little container that we have, the storage crate that we have in this library section. And then we are going to go and pick up this statue head, and I suggest that because you're gonna probably need it, to be honest. And we're gonna go against this window. As soon as that cop in the background turns around, we're gonna climb through the window. Make sure to stay crouched. I'm gonna show you exactly what to do. Just keep walking, stick to your left hand side and go into cover. From here on out, we are only changing cover. Do not let yourself get seen. You can keep changing cover. That guard right in front of me won't see me. And I suggest here you take out the statue head. You're going to need it. I couldn't figure out a way to do this part without it. I threw the statue head right there. Don't throw it too far. You do need to alert the guard that's directly beside you. If you throw it too far, he will not get noticed. As soon as he turns around, change cover twice. And once you change cover twice, just keep an eye out exactly where the cops can see and they can't see. Stay crouched, get off the cover, and move all the way to the very, very corner. Jump on the ledge and then jump again. If you don't move all the way to the corner, you won't actually be able to jump up on the ledge and they'll see you. Keep that in mind. Right now we are basically in the judge's office. And once we're in the judge's office, there is a little bit of waiting, to be honest. There's a little screen right there. You're going to have to wait. As you can see right there, I couldn't actually do anything to it. You have to wait until you hear a specific text come up on your screen or hear it. They'll say something about a VCR. Once they talk about that VCR, you can trigger that TV screen and you can turn it off. You do have to make the judge end the or start a recess in some way, and the only way to do that, as far as I know, is to turn off the VCR as they're trying to watch the tape. As you can see, they already talked about the VCR, but I for some reason can't trigger that still. And so I'm just kind of walking back and forth. None of this is important. There we go. Turn off the TV. I did that. Once I do that, I'm going to go back in his room and hide in his dresser. And he's going to call a recess, and he's going to come back here to take a breather. And I do assassinate him. Pretty sure you can subdue him. Not a big deal. Probably if I killed him, I would have gotten more points if I didn't. I end up getting an agent rating, which is like the worst rating I think you can possibly get, which is kind of weird because I don't get spotted a single time. I kill quite a few people, but I don't like run and gun to the point where it's crazy. And I don't know, whatever. Fiber wire out. Once the dot on your screen, it's going to be not the closest dot to you. It's actually the second closest dot to you. He's going to enter the room. Use a little bit of instinct to see and make sure if you want. And go up behind him and fiber wire him. There's a girl in that room talking on the phone. I suggest you go and kill her or subdue her, whichever one you want. Obviously, subduing her get you less points off. But she'll see you 9 times out of 10 trying to hide that judge's body, and it's a waste of 3 minutes, honestly, 4 minutes. So I like to kill her, put her in the closet. Now we're going over to the judge, stealing his disguise. Once we steal his disguise, make sure to take his key card, make sure to take his gavel. You do need both those things to complete the mission. Take his body, we're going to hide it just for safekeeping. Not a big deal. Again, you can just kind of leave it there if you really don't care about a rating. I tried to care about my rating and I ended up getting a terrible, terrible rating. So, not a big deal. From then on out, we are now a judge with the key card and with the gavel. We're going to go into the main area. We're going to stand in the judge's area. And once we get the option, we'll see both of the defendant and the plaintiff step up to their respective places. We're going to be asked to hit RB, and once we do that, we're just going to click RB, or sorry, Y, and that's going to pass case dismissed. Bam, and now we can walk off to the next area. This whole section has no checkpoints, so I want you guys to keep that in mind. Unfortunately, you have to do it all flawlessly, but honestly, once you get into the judge's room, it's really, really easy. And then once we're case dismissed, we walk around to the back here. We need the key card to get into this area, and we go to the back door, and we have to pick the lock. I don't think anyone can see you, honestly. Like, even as hard as they can possibly try, they won't see you. And I don't get why I'm still at 0, because I was at negative 7,000, and then I did the objective, and it gave me 8,000 points, and I was still at 0. This section is actually pretty easy. Just walk all the way to the very end, and you have to pick a lock. You can't pick the lock right away. You have to wait for the guards to be in a specific pattern to do so they won't see you. So I'll show you exactly when to start picking the lock. Just keep walking to the end here. This is the door you need to pick. I tried picking it right away. Thought I could get away with it. I was almost seen, so then I stopped. So don't start picking it when you see me. I start picking it right now. Don't do that. Bad news, bad news. You'll see there's 3 guards now. There's one right in front of you. He's going to be turned around the whole time. And there's 2 guards talking at the table. As soon as they're talking at the table, you can start picking the lock. You didn't actually see me pick it because I was turned around, but as soon as the 2 guards in the background are talking at the table. Here I execute a 4-person point and shoot. I never did this during any of the walkthrough, so you will actually get an achievement for killing 3 people in 1 point and shoot. If you guys don't have it, I'll tell you guys this is a really, really good place to get it. And you can walk up to the guy in the prison, and he'll give you a passcode to a safe. Inside that safe that he gives you a passcode to is just like a wicked gun. Honestly, I'm not a gun person for the most part, so I end up not even going for that safe. Although it is kind of an easy safe to get to if you really want. I'll tell you guys exactly where it is. This section, watch out, there's a guy that can see you across the room. He has hawk vision through 2 panes of glass, through his friend, and through walls. He can see you. This guard, he's going to be turned around the entire time. When you see that guard all the way in the back of the room, start walking across, you can sneak into your next position, which should be somewhere right here. You see the guard in the room, turn to there. At this point, you can go in for the safe. The safe is directly behind him. And make sure you come out of the room once you get that safe and take that gun out if you want that gun for whatever reason. You want to end up here when this guy starts turning around. Once he turns around, you want to go for that switch, which is your main objective. Once you get the switch, you want to go back to your main position. Make sure to go behind the boxes, as if you do not, the guard that I'm trying to show you on my screen, which is a little hard, not that guard, the other guard on the left, he can see you if you're not directly behind these boxes. Now it takes about maybe 20-30 seconds of waiting for that guard to turn around and start walking from left to right. Once he does that, you can literally sneak out. I think I use instinct. I like to be safe. When I have instinct and I don't really need it or I don't really use it, I'm going to use it 9 times out of 10 just to be safe, because especially when I know there's a new checkpoint coming up sometime soon, because you don't really want to fail. So we're sneaking. You shouldn't be seen. If you are seen, I don't know. As you can see, I didn't even have to use the instinct really. Watch out for the guy in the room. He can see you if you walk by. So what I do is I go against cover here. Sorry, my voice is getting all choppy. It's like, I don't know, I think I'm tired or something. As soon as he's not turned around, we can sneak across. Be careful, he does see you actually, surprisingly well. And then this guard always has his back turned towards this ladder as far as I know. We're going to climb the ladder. Stay crouched once on top of this section. If you walk or run, they will spot you and hear you. They're all looking at a fight. There's a fight happening inside of an abandoned pool type of thing going on. So I'm walking really slowly. I'm actually not even walking full crouch speed. You can walk full crouch speed. I just like to take it easy. And then we're going to descend this ladder. Once we descend this ladder, you'll actually see you'll get spotted, as if you'll see little arrows as if you might get spotted. But as long as you keep climbing down, you should be good. Use a little bit of instinct there if you have any left. Go into your first room on the left, through the grate, and all the way down like you always do. Make sure to press B. When you exit, there's no one here to be seen, so you really don't have to worry about peeking or anything. Even on Purist, there's not going to be anyone here. You're going to pick the lock. You can pick the lock without being noticed. Remember, you can't pick locks if you're on high alert, so hopefully you weren't seen by now. Open the door, and then open this last door, and the mission is over. you have to also pick it, and no one will see you, so don't worry. Hopefully that was helpful, guys. Make sure you like the video. That is a very important thing. If you want to help me out, liking the video is great. Liking me on Facebook is a big deal too, and following me on Twitter, all that stuff would be great. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll hopefully see you in Mission 16. Mission 17 is about 30 seconds long, so don't even worry about that one.